Hello guys, and how are you doing? Listen, I thought I'd do a very quick hobby blog based on my two armies I'm taking to Stirling. So basically, I'm top of the league at the moment. I'm going to Stirling for a 100-point tournament, and then I'm off to Mansfield for the last 100-point tournament, the league finale. If I manage to win either of those, I win the league. If I manage to hold Mr. Ed Ball, or Mr. J. Clare from winning both of those, I end up winning the league. I think there might be a third person in that for the running, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, well, I'm going to do something very unusual. I am actually going to tell you my armies for Stirling a week plus in advance, and put it out there and let people maybe comment or change their lists. Well, to be honest, I doubt it. Anyway, so it's a 800-point tournament. It's good versus evil, so you have to bring two 800-point armies, one good and one evil, and get ready. Here's my armies. Just bear with us 1 second. Okay, so the first army is my evil, and excuse me while I amateurly mess around with the camera. Okay, so zooming in, we can actually see that I am taking an Orcai army with a Fellbeast, the Undyne, and more Orcais. So let me just quickly run through. Okay, so we have Sharku here leading this unit, and this unit comprises of 10 crossbowmen. Sorry for the shaky camera, just very new to this. The shaky crossbowmen, 10 crossbowmen, one with a pike, as I think you'll see them all there. And then we have Sharku on a warg. Okay, I find him very good. He's cheap. He gives me the might I want, and he's got mobility for various scenarios. So yeah, 60 points. I'm well happy with that. That's the foot version, and that's his mount. Okay, so the next unit is actually a strange one, because let me zoom properly out. We have two captains. Well, we're actually using one of them, but presently I have been using the Gorbag model, and people in tournaments and top table haven't been adverse to me using him as just a captain. He was the only other captain type model I had, so I quickly painted him up, and lo and behold, I've been using him. But been to Mansfield, and I managed to get, oops, definitely hand-eye coordination is not good. I managed to pick up, and we're definitely not getting good quality here. I managed to pick up this Orc captain, which I've just painted black, obviously. And right, so I need to paint this guy, and he'll go with this unit, which is 6 ferals in the background and 6 berserkers. So a unit of 6 ferals, 6 berserkers, led by an Orc captain without a shield. In fact, I like to keep my Orc captains, as I say, naked in combat, because I only use them for their might for movement generally, and to get that heroic march or heroic move. So no real power there. When they've used their might, they then become a berserker in a sense, with 2 attacks, strength 4, but just missing obviously that defense 6. So the next unit then is another Orc captain, and this guy, he's actually painted in Orc colours, so a bit of red going on there on the face. Definitely not impressed with this camera as such. I need to sort out this zoom and stuff. That's all new. So we've got a bit of an Orc captain going on there. Again, though he has a shield as it is, he's actually going to be shieldless in the game, and obviously I'm going to tell my opponents that, and hence I'm telling you everyone else here. And again, I have 6 ferals in the back, and I have 6 berserkers. So that's my third unit. My final unit is obviously the Undyne here on a Fellbeast, which I've painted white with a bit of speckled coming on there. But yeah, generally, you know, a lot of people have commented quite nicely on the model, and yeah, well proud of that. So we have him there on the foot version, and with the Fellbeast in his warband, we have a banner bearer. Yeah, so I'm taking a banner for the very first time in a tournament list. Again, as you can see, definitely not finished painted. Got to get on with that. And we have 2 Morannon Orcs with shield and spear. Again, very unpainted. Okay, so that's my list. And the theory behind it is we can get some good magic with the Fell Beast. The Undyne, with his ability, can be really, really good, keeping this guy alive. And Fell Beast, obviously, as I say, good damage with him. The ability of the Undyne means that he's able to cast spells, a fairly good caster, and he's fairly good in combat. Obviously, yeah, he does lose a will point for every combat, but he does have the ability of picking up a will for any spell successfully cast within 6 inches of him by another caster. I haven't come across that too much, but when I do remember it, that's a serious bonus. Okay, so there we go. Berserkers Ferals, Berserkers more likely frontline Ferals with their lower defense backline, but we're looking here at 12 models, 24 attacks excluding the captain, strength 4. That's taking out most things if it's getting into combat. They love Fell Beasts. They can handle a Fell Beast quite well, as a lot of the good players already know. And again, same with this list. And then finally, obviously, back to Sharku and his crossbowmen. I tend to leave my crossbowmen alone, place them on the table, move them into position perhaps, and then the hero just races off. So I don't know whether I'm going to swap Sharku to one of the combat units or whether I'm just going to keep him with those. So it'll be a simple swap of the captain to the crossbowmen and vice versa, but I've got a few days to think about that before I send in my list, so that's okay. Anyway, my main problem is in good and evil. Whoa, I can't even see my face here. Oh, I'm upside down, I'm all over the place. My main problem with good and evil lists is I haven't really got a good list, and let me explain why. Let's come around here and take a look-see at what I actually have model-wise for good. And I have elves, and I have quite a few elves. So yeah, I could easily get a few lists together with these guys, no problem. And I've got some wood elf rangers downstairs, got some more wood elves coming in the post, hopefully. So yeah, but they're not painted. So I am obviously stuck with the main problem of without a painted army, I can't really go to Stirling. So I've got to put my hands in my pockets and pull back out. Unfortunately, though I'm not very familiar with using them too much, my all-hero list. Okay, my all-hero list. And let's start over here with Alfred. What a sneaky little chappy he is. Right, what can this guy do? Well, he can, before the start of each turn, before the priority roll, dice roll is done, he can actually use a will point to give characters, a might point. Okay, well, when I say a might point, he rolls a d6. On a 2 to 5, he gives them 1 might point. On a 6, he gives them d3. On a 1, he takes d3 and he increases his 0 might to 1. Obviously, that can happen 3 times. You could have a 3-mighted Alfred and a very, very nude mighted hero list. Okay, so I'm considering taking him. I have not fully decided yet. Still in my brain, kind of focusing whether I should or not. Obviously, he needs to be painted up. The reason I may not take him is these two characters. I have Gandalf the White, who I'm just actually working on spray painting at the moment. I just picked up these two models today and took out the airbrush and started airbrushing them white. Obviously not any major highlights done, but a very, very quick positive job so far. And then I have Legolas, and obviously I need to repaint this guy, so I've started again, and hence the dry brushing of the horse. Started with Rancart Flesh, I think it's called, and yeah, just built up from there. So again, the airbrush. And the thing is, there's a sneaky little trick to use with Alfred and Legolas, or Alfred and anyone, and that's the use of Gandalf. Gandalf has, and Gandalf the White in this case on Shadowfax, has strength and will. So Alfred uses his will per se to bump up Legolas, so Legolas can take out just about anything with his single shot. You know, like definitely wounding, and then Gandalf strengthens Alfred's will, and then Alfred goes away and gives Legolas more, and Alfred may even strengthen Gandalf's will, so then Gandalf can actually channel strengthen will to make it a D3, and just a horrible round and round and round trip. That's what I was thinking. Right, this is the league final. Pull something out of the hat. There you go. That was an idea. But if I do that, then my other three heroes, which are, starting here, is Strider. Okay, so we've got Strider there and Strider on a horse. I was actually contemplating taking Aragorn the King, but after discussion with the likes of Jamie Giblin, Jay Finnegan, Josh Triffitt, I decided against that. I decided I'd actually stick with Strider. Now we have Gilgalad here, but I'm not actually taking Gilgalad. He's only just a representation of another model that will be in its place, and that is Glorfindel. Now, shout out to Sam Jeffrey. I went out onto the messages last night, and to a few people I know who I've lent models before to, and I asked them if anyone had a Glorfindel so they could take Gilgalad's place, and Sam came back and said yes he could. Reason I asked is because my Glorfindel is still in the post and I don't know if I'll get it painted up in time. Yeah, that's the problem with eBay, last minute eBay shots. So that will actually be Glorfindel, very very good model, never used him before but we'll give it a shot. And then lastly it's going to be Faramir. Got a bit of a paint job to do on him, and he's missing a foot model. Well, luckily, shout out to Josh Triffitt here. Josh is actually lending me his Faramir foot model, and so we'll have these three on the front line. An all hero list, as Jamie Giblin said, 3 heroes on the front line against anything major or even a horde. You could be asking for problems. These two, though, if that is Legolas with Orcrist, I could then have 5 potential powerful models front line, all on horses, doing extra attacks. That could be very devastating. So that's what I actually think I may go for. I think I will be taking the Legolas with Orcrist. Okay, so enough of me, enough of that. Let's just swap it around quite quickly. That's what my intentions are. That's what my plans are, to take those 2 lists. Unless I get a brainwave, Alfred more likely stay out. Another shout out to Josh Triffitt. He actually has a Gandalf the White painted, and if I don't get mine painted, he's going to offer that to me to use Stirling as well. So thank you very very much. A lot of great friends out there in the community. Really really appreciate it. Okay, so I'll get cracking on with the painting, and hopefully I might be able to come back and show you little bits and pieces of improvement, and hopefully we'll be going to Stirling and we might do okay. Now that I'm telling everyone my list, I'm sure people will be quite delighted with what they're going to be coming up against, or there might be a few list changes. Either way, I look forward to seeing you all in Stirling. You take care. Bye for now.